So are you wondering what Montessori at home means? You're probably asking yourself this because you have your child in a Montessori school and their teachers have suggested to do some things that are Montessori inspired, or you are homeschooling and you came upon the Montessori approach from your research. Whatever reason you came to asking yourself what Montessori at home means, I am here to bring you some clarity as a Montessori teacher on what this means, so that way you can gain a deeper understanding of how you can support your child's development right in your home. So stick around. My name is Rena Etienne, Montessori teacher, here to help you grow in your homeschool and parenting journey. So Montessori is a philosophy that was developed by Dr. Maria Montessori, who was a physician, educator, a scientist, and she was a true pioneer in her times. So in the early 1900s, she basically developed what's called a prepared environment for children to be able to go into the classroom setting and sort of develop themselves fully, right? They were able to do certain tasks for themselves that, many people, especially back then, would think that children weren't capable of doing. Even now, we think that children are not capable of doing the things that they do in a Montessori setting. For instance, preparing a snack for themselves. Like, who would have thought, like, a 3-year-old can actually prepare a simple snack for themselves, plus clean up after themselves? Like, what are you talking about? I am serious when I say this. If you do not know, children at the ages of 3, 4, 5, 6, even 2-year-olds can do simple tasks for themselves. It is all about creating an environment that allows for them to do these steps on their own. And that's, in a nutshell, what the Montessori environment is all about and how it supports a child. And knowing that a child is capable of actually following through with task and instruction and and being able to do these things for themselves, how much that fuels their confidence and how much that actually aids their physical development, their mental development, their spiritual growth, and all of that, right? The Montessori philosophy is a child-centered educational approach that acknowledges that children are capable of understanding and doing not only a lot for themselves, but also learning like information that we would think that they would need to wait until later to understand, like simple addition. If a child is giving actual hands-on material to learn what the basic concept of addition is, they can handle learning that at a very early age. They don't have to wait till grade school to understand that 1 + 1 is 2 together, right? So it's such a great philosophy to look into, whether you're a parent or you're an educator. It's really a way to kind of open up our eyes and see, wow, like children are capable of so much more that we give them credit for. Just because they got these cute little faces and these cute little voices, we think, oh, they're so cute, like they don't know any better, but they actually do. And so in a Montessori setting, basically children show that they want to be independent, they can handle being independent. They can learn from their experiences. They learn from other children as well. And they develop like a sense of confidence. And so it's really remarkable to see the growth of a child in this sort of setting. I will drop a link in the description so you can do some more research as to who Dr. Maria Montessori was and the Montessori philosophy. So when you think about, this philosophy and how it relates to the home environment, it actually works hand in hand. It's sort of like bridging a gap between the school and the home environment, right? Because as I mentioned before, the philosophy is about creating a prepared environment that allows for children to accomplish these tasks independently and to learn from their hands-on experiences. And, the home environment can very much do the same thing, especially in what we call in a Montessori setting, the practical life area. Now, there's so many opportunities at home for your child to do practical life tasks for themselves, which is basically self-care tasks, right? Learning to brush their teeth, preparing a simple snack for themselves, getting dressed and undressed, and then putting away their dirty clothes, trying to, straighten out their shoes and pick clothes on their own. Like all of those daily tasks that they have to go through anyway, from the moment they wake up to the moment they go to sleep, there is an opportunity for your child at home to learn to do things for themselves at an early age. It's just a matter of you creating a inspired, prepared environment for your child to accomplish these tasks on their own. And that's what Montessori at home really means, is that you are going to take that same approach and apply it, throughout your home environment. And this can mean in the bathroom, in the kitchen, in your child's play area. There's different ways that you can, do this to support your child's independence. Now, what it really comes down to, though, is that the prepared environment does not work on its own, right? So in a prepared environment, it's really aesthetically pleasing. We see Montessori classrooms that are just beautiful. They have awesome furniture, and all of the lessons are really attractive, and the kids seem to flow so nicely in the classroom, and the teachers are so graceful, right? Like all of this, there's a method to to the magic, I guess you would say. There are certain expectations that children have to, follow in that setting, and also teachers. This environment would not work for a child if a teacher is not, open to learning, and who is not open to observing children and trying to make adjustments to help best support the child. And it would not work if a teacher were to think that she has all the answers and that she knows it all, and it's just a one-way street. So how the environment would work fully is that you have the child, the environment, and the teacher. And that is a constant flow that goes around. And all three things work together in order to obviously support the child. But the teacher goes through so much in order to continue to prepare this space so that the child can easily function and flow, independently, and so on, right? So there is also a certain way that you would have to kind of support your child at home in order for your child to actually do things independently. So this means if you're going to show your child how to brush their teeth on their own, well, you better rack up some patience, because it is going to take you lots of practice and repetition for your child to get it. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to want to squeeze all the toothpaste out of that tube and spill all the water and just, do everything the opposite of what you're trying to show them. Some kids are like that, and some kids are pretty good about following instructions. Either way, you got to rack up some patience to show your child at each and every step every day consistently until your child knows how to do that task on their own. So this means you as an adult in the prepared, inspired environment that you're making at home, you're going to have to make yourself available to show your child these tasks consistently. And you'll have to have an open mind as to what you need to do, what adjustments you need to make in the environment to help your child accomplish these tasks. Because sometimes it's not the child. Sometimes it's just some kind of obstacle, physical obstacle that's in their way that won't allow them to do this task that you want them to do, right? Maybe the step stool is too slippery. Every time they get up there, they're always falling. So instead of getting mad at the child, maybe the observation is, hey, you know what? The bottom doesn't really have a great grip. And of course, they're obviously going to always fall, and it's not safe. So let me just switch out the stool for something else instead of constantly getting upset with my child and then just saying, you know what, forget it. You know what I mean? So that's what comes into helping your child be more independent at home. So why do we want to do this? What's the point of it all? Why are we going through all of this, talking about what Montessori at home means, and why would you even want to look into making little adjustments in your home environment so that your child can do more tasks independently? Well, again, the goal is so that your child can develop to their fullest potential at a very early age, because they want to develop themselves. They want to be able to do things on their own. That is just a natural instinct that all children have. They want to learn and discover what their environment is all about and how they fit into this space. And so by allowing your child to do self-care tasks at home, it will give them the chance and the opportunity to do this. And like mentioned before, it will help their overall development. Like, why not? Why not allow your child to, gain cognitive development and to gain physical development and to gain social emotional development through their everyday tasks? Like, I mean, if you don't want for your child to not know how to get dressed and brush their teeth and serve themselves, a simple snack and, things like that from like the age of like 7, I mean, like, I don't know what to tell you, but I know I very much look forward to my child being able to do a lot of tasks for himself at home. Why? Because that gave me less things to do. Okay? So, I don't know, if that's something that you're interested in or not, but I think that it is definitely something to consider because, however, it is, again, good for your child's overall development. So why not? You don't have anything to lose, right? And with parenting, we know that it is not an easy journey, but I find as a Montessori teacher and parent that the more I tried to implement, this Montessori philosophy at home and into my parenting, the easier parenting became because I started to understand a little bit more, what my child needed from me. I felt like I was just doing too much for my child, things that were like not really necessary, right? Like something as simple as feeding or, something as simple as putting on the shoe. You think that, all right, I have to do these things for my child, but like you don't. Why? Because they know how to if you give them the time to do it and if you show them. So for me, when I would step back and just sort of give my child the chance to do certain tasks for himself, then I started to see like, oh wow, like he can actually, help rinse the vegetables. He can actually help, do a simple spreading of jelly and peanut butter on his own sandwich. Like, if I were to just sort of put all these things at his height, then I don't really have to ever get up to do it for him because he can do it for himself. Like, that's what I'm talking about, like, why not? So, and the bonus is that children get so much joy out of doing these things for themselves. So listen, step back and give your child a chance to do it because I don't know about you, but there's nothing better than your child serving you a peanut butter jelly sandwich with a glass of water when you need a little snack, okay? So really consider looking into what the Montessori philosophy is all about. And also, if you want to get more detail as to like how to make these adjustments around your home and your child's bedroom and their bathroom and the kitchen area, then check out a book I wrote called Create a Home with Your Child in Mind. And there I just give a simple breakdown of what Montessori is all about, how it relates to your parenting, and 5 steps you can use to make adjustments in each of these areas in your home. And if you found this valuable, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe so you can continue to get more insight from me, Rena Etienne, here at A Little Room to Grow. I'll see you on the next one.